leka tuteekawo foundation nga bwe tukunganya sente mpola mpola. Naye n'abazadde baffe tugenda kwogera nabo oba oli awo nabo tujja basabayo akatono ak'olumu batuwe support mu project eno. Because tusuubira yegenda okuyamba emiti emito mu community yaffe. Ndowooza mulabye ebyo bakoze wano. Ebyo byetusuubira okubeera mu Science and Technology Hub. In fact, balina obikola ate bakugika okusingako awo. Wano boolesezaako just nga kye basobola okukola ebadde nga sampling. Kale tusuubira nti gye bujja eyo region yaffe ejja kukyuka. Ndowooza kyekikulu nammwe ba media tubeeyanze okujja. And we are grateful.
Lero lubadde lunaku lwa byafaayo mu kibuga ky'Embale ddala ku ssomero lya Mbale SS nga lunaku lwe bajaguza emyaka 75 kyoyinza okuyita Diamond Jubilee bukyanga ssomero ligunjibwawo n'okuba nti lijaguza emyaka gyali 75 egy'okuba nti bakoze bulungi byenjigiriza. Mukolo gubadde gw'amaanyi era nga omugenyi omukulu yadde asuubiddwa yabadde pulezidenti w'eggwanga wabula nga akiikiriddwa minisita omubeezi w'ensonga z'Ekaramoja Florence Namboozo. Bingi ebikoleddwa era nga mu baana be boolesezza mubaddemu okwolesa ebintu eby'enjawulo bye bakola ng'ovudde ku by'okusoma omuli obukugu mu by'amasannyalaze mu by'okulima mu by'okufumba n'ebirala nga omanyi nti kalikulamu empya bingi ebyetoololerako ng'ovudde ku kutula mu kibiina okusoma nti n'ebyemikono oba ebintu eby'omutwe nabyo nsonga nkulu nnyo. So gimu ku mikolo egikoledde olunaku olwaleero wabaddewo okutema evvuunike ery'okuzimba ekifo ekigenda okuba kikolebwamu ebya sayansi ne tekinologiya nga kino kisuubira okwemmenta obuwumbi 4 bulambirira obw'ensimbi eza kuno era nga mu kweyamaako omukulembeze gwanga mubaka we bwasindise yeyamye ensimbi obukadde 30 zagenda okuwaayo mu kuyambako ku kizimbe kino okubanga kimalirizibwa. Ngenda kwegattibwako omukulu Uthman Mugoya ng'ono ye ssentebe ow'ekibiina ekitwala abayizi abaali bayitiddeko mu ssomero lino erya Mbale SS atunnyonnyole omukolo gulabyeta era gutambudde gutya. Tukwaniriza yogerakoko n'abatulaba n'abatuliza.
Neyanzige amanya Mugoya Uthman nga ndi ssentebe waabo abayizi abaali bayiseeko mu ttendekero erya Mbale Senior Secondary School nga leero olunaku lwa leero tubadde n'omukolo wano ku ttendekero lyaffe erya Mbale SS ng'omukolo guno gubadde gwa kujaguza emyaka 75 bukyanga Mbale SS bagiggulawo. So olunaku lwa leero tubadde nga tusuubira omukulembeze w'eggwanga okubanga yabadde omugenyi omukulu naye olw'emirimu emirala egiteebereka kiraze nti tasobodde kubeerawo naye n'atumira minisita owa state minisita Honorable Florence Namboozo ng'era yakiikiridde president era nga yakiikiridde ne first lady oba minisita w'ebyenjigiriza. Omukolo guno tuli basanyu okubanga tuguyiseemu era nga gwe mukolo gwe tusoose okukola ogw'amaanyi ku ssomero lya Mbale Senior Secondary School nga omukolo guno tulitunuulira butya bwe tutumbula ebyenjigiriza naddala mu bintu bya tekinologiya nga tusuubira okubanga tugenda kuzimba ekizimbe eky'emyalira 4 ng'ekizimbe kino kigenda kuyambako okutumbula ebyenjigiriza oba ebya tekinologiya mu Mbale oba mu Eastern ne mu ggwanga okutwaliza ewamu. Ekizimbe kino tusuubira okubanga kigenda kutwalira ddala obuwumbi 4 nga obuwumbi 4 buno ffenga abaali basomeddeko wano twatandika omulimu guno nga tugamba nti tubeeko ne kye tukola ekyenjawulo ng'era olaba nti gavumenti yaffe amaanyi agasinga egatadde mu bintu bya tekinologiya naye nga bw'otunuulira mu ggwanga lyonna tetuyinaamu hub eyeetengeredde nti abaana abasomye tekinologiya bwe basobola okujja ewamu ne baba nga babaawo ne bye baweesa oba okuteeka wamu amagezi oba oteeka wamu obwongo mu bintu bye bakola okulaba nga tutumbula tekinologiya. So kati ffenga abaali basomeddeko wano ne tugamba nedda tusobola okukolawo ekintu ekyenjawulo era ne tubanga tuyita mu companies ez'enjawulo era wengendo twalira omukisa okwebaza abapartners baffe bapartners omuli Centenary Bank omuli DFCU Bank omuli Housing Finance Bank omuli Post Bank omuli MTN omuli Uganda Communications Commission n'abalala bangi omuli microfinances nga Balloon Ventures n'endala nyingi ezibadde nga zijja okulaba tutya bwe tutegeka omukolo guno oguggulawo evvunike oba otema evvunike nga tutandika okuzimba Innovation Center. Innovation Center no mu luzungu gye tuyita nti abasoma ebya tekinologiya we bajja okuba nga ba-incubatinga okuteeka wamu ebyo bye bakola okulaba nti bivaamu ekintu ekisobola okugasa eggwanga, era nga tusuubira nti hub eno yejja okubeera ddala nga yeesoose mu Eastern ate yeesoose mu Uganda. So tusabira ddala obuyambi okuviira ddala mu companies ez'enjawulo mu government, era twagala kwebaza President waffe His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni nga leero yaguddewo contribution era na pledginga $1,30,000 agotandikirako. So tubaddeko ne ba commissioners abenjawulo okuva ministry, era nga nabo bagambye nti nga ministry naye egenda kulaba tukwatirako etya. So guno omulimu si gwange, guno omulimu si gwa ssomero, guno omulimu gwaffe ffenna bannayuganda. Singa ffenna tujja wamu ne tubaako ne kye tukola, osanga wajja kubaawo ekintu kya abaana baffe oba baganda baffe kye bajja kuba nga bakozesa hub eno okuvumbula. So tujje tuwagire ekintu kino. Njagala kwebaza abazadde. Abazadde bakoze omulimu gwa ttendo okulaba nti bw'otunuulira population ya Mbale SS, nsuubira population ya Mbale SS esinga population ya matawuni agamu oba town centers ezimu. So tuyina population ya amaanyi. Ate njagala kwebaza teaching staff nti bakoze omulimu gwa amaanyi, kuba woolaba performance yaffe nga Mbale SS emyaka kati giringa 15 nga teddiriranga. We've always been the giants. Ate nga sciences tukola bulungi. Mu myaka egiyiseekaawo emabega bw'otunuulira competition eyaliwo e Makerere University ku admission za baana abaali bagenda osoma obusawo, olabira ddala nti amasomero ge baaneminga the 4 schools which competed highly, Mbale SS yali mu position y'okubiri. So kiragira ddala nti science twagiteeka ku mwanjo, era bw'otunuulira kati saawa eno nti mu Eastern ndoza 4 tuyina digital classrooms nga kyanjawulo ku masomero amalala, nti ojja kgenda mu classroom tojasanga mu chalkboard, tojja akola kyo jasanga nga buli kimu kya digital. So tuligezaako nnyo okulaba. Nja kwebaza staff omuli head teacher, omuli abasomesa ne all the students, abazadde, management, aba PTA ne board, mukoze omulimu gwa ttendo nnyo, era nsuubira nti mu myaka 2 oba 3 Mbale SS ejja kuba giant ya Uganda. Ekyo mbasuubiza nti singa ffe ba old students tujja wamu ne tubaako ne kye tukola, Mbale SS ejja okuba giant ya Uganda. Ekyo nkyogera nga sikirumamu, era nga mbasuubiza nti mu myaka mitono nnyo Mbale SS ye giant ya Uganda, era mukisuubire mu myaka egitali gyawala. So neyanzege abanamawulire mukoze omulimu gwa ttendo, era tujja kubanga tweyongera okulaba nti tukunga abantu, kuba omulimu twakatandika. Bw'otunuulira saawa eno treasury yaffe egenda okola omulimu ogwo twetaaga biliyoni 4, naye bw'otunuulira sente ze tuyina saawa eno tetunaaweza na miliyoni 10. So tulina omulimu gwa maanyi nnyo, era tukyakuba omulanga nti abazadde n'abantu mwenna abali eyo we muba musobola otukwatirako, companies ez'enjawulo mutukwatireko, tutumbule ebyenjigiriza, tutumbule ebyobuvumbuzi mu Uganda. Ekijja otuyamba. Lwaki obuvumbuzi buva mu nsi endala naye nga tulina abaana wano abasomye? So tusuubira nti bwe tukozesa chance eno tujja kukuza Uganda, tetulinda gavumenti kugaa nti gavumenti etuyambe. Ekibuuzo kiri nti ffe tukozeewo ki, kuba gavumenti yeffe. So ffe katutandike, gavumenti etusange.
Nga bw'olidde omukulu Othman wannyonnyodde nga ye ssentebe w'ekibiina ekitaba abayizi abasomerako mu ssomero lino, akunnyonnyodde bwe kimu nga ekitambudde na biki basuubira mu nteekateeka etandise olunaku olwaleero officially. Katukugatte ku bakulembeze n'abantu ab'enjawulo abeetabye ku mukolo guno okulaba biki bye boogedde olunaku olwaleero. Ku Masani Media.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are celebrating 75 years. Out of the 75 years, I worked for this school 14 years. Five of which I worked as a deputy head teacher under whom I respect so much, Mrs. Catherine Waholi. And I was able to serve for 9 years as a head teacher of this school. That wall fence changed the face of Mbale SS from then up to today. This school had no wall, had no fence, had nothing. Everybody was passing through. The children were going to Aguba. I don't know whether Aguba is still there. They were going to Aguba to drink and come to class. Aguba FM, something like that. It was difficult. After construction of the wall fence, we controlled the students inside. We were able to realize school fees. We were able to improve discipline. We were able to improve attendance. And we were able to improve academic performance. That's how the school changed. The school Mbale SS changed from that wall fence. After that, we went into physical infrastructure. We constructed the Canon Nyote block, 12 classrooms. We constructed the main hall. We constructed the ICT lab, the library, the administration block. We renovated the entire school and removed all the iron sheets, asbestos sheets, and we had started on tarmacking of the road. Mrs. Waholi is credited for purchasing the school bus, which is still running up to today. We are here to give accountability, not just to talk. We are accounting for what we did in this school. From then, academic performance improved. We recorded first grades, 30, I think it was 30 or 30 something, 36, from 4 to 36. That was the beginning of the transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mbale SS does not receive capitation grants from government. All the money that has done all these things at that time, apart from the ADB4, was money from parents. I want to thank the parents of this school.
Guest who is representing the president, senior government leaders, Your Worship the Mayor and the Town Clerk, distinguished religious and cultural leaders, members of the Board of Governors, members of the PTA Executive, our beloved alumni and all the students, our dear parents, esteemed guests, members of staff, and our future, the runners of Mbale SS. It is indeed an honor. I welcome you all with humility and pride to this historic Diamond Jubilee celebration, marking 75 years of education, transformation, resilience, and vision at Mbale Secondary School. Dear chief guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me in a very special way to welcome you to this institution in your capacity as the president and as a minister. The president, because of his many commitments, has chosen wisely by sending you. We believe you understand the weight of this moment. Mbale Secondary School is honored every time to host the president in this region, and this school has become his host. The school failed during his engagements, so I know this is his memorial lane. We do not take this privilege lightly. Today You are not just a minister, you are family to Mbale SS. To you, honorable members of parliament and the ministry officials from Ministry of Education and Sports and distinguished guests, we feel deeply honored and equally charged by the responsibility that comes with such a moment. Mbale Secondary School is not just a school, it is a national treasure, it is an institution of legacy and a cradle of visionaries who have served this nation in every sector. From a humble beginning to now, hosting over 5,000 students and nearly 300 dedicated staff, Mbale SS has grown into an academic fortress, a community pillar, and most importantly, a science center of excellence in Eastern Uganda. I want to confirm the words of William Butler Yeats that education is not just the feeding of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. We have spent 75 years lighting fires of ambition, character, and service. Today, we celebrate not just the years, but the legacy behind those years. To the chief guest, this Diamond Jubilee is more than a ceremony. It is a testament to perseverance. The journey began months ago with a colorful launch officiated by the RCC. During this launch, we also launched our new school bus and the city leadership right here on the school grounds. Since then, we have had several activities, including a fundraising in Mbale Resort Hotel and another in Kampala, Silver Springs Hotel, both echoing the love of our old students, well-wishers and stakeholders, including other activities like a blood donation drive, where our learners and alumni gave life to strangers. We had a community health camp with our partners, that is CCare and Namatala Health Center 4, and the old students. This one was manned by all the students who are now doctors. It was a free medical camp which tested and treated the members of our community free of charge. We were able to see about 300 community members, and we were able to raise about 200 units of blood. That was on Wednesday. We also cleaned the city. Our students and all the students came together and cleaned the city. So Mbale, that was to remind our community that Mbale SS is not just an academic center, but a heart that beats with service. In our early learning days, we were taught that he who learns teaches, he who receives gives. And it is these principles that have guided us through our 75-year journey. We receive from the past, we give to the future. It's upon this background that I remember with reverence the former head teachers who have just been here, and the teachers, and the outgoing boards of governors and the great men who served on the PTA executive, upon whose shoulders we stand. Many are still alive today. You have just seen them here, and it brings them joy to see that what they built with chalk and grit has blossomed into a towering institution. Their voices echo in our classrooms. Their values linger in our hallways. These great men and women, though retired, planted the seeds whose harvest we now enjoy. May they feel our deepest gratitude and thanks today. To the chief guest, once again, permit me to extend our gratitude to the government of Uganda, which continues to support us through the Ministry of Education, through sending us teachers and contributing to the infrastructure in the school. We are glad that many officials from the ministry are here to witness this celebration. The community of Mbale Secondary School acknowledges that they are beneficiaries of government deployed teachers and these remain the backbone of our operations. And today, the reality we must speak is to sustain our mission, especially as a day school of this magnitude, we still heavily depend on privately hired teachers. We appeal to the Ministry of Education and Sports, especially through the Commission on Government Secondary Education and the Permanent Secretary, to consider strengthening our staffing levels. This will stand as a pillar to mentor another generation after us. The workload is immense, the stakes are high. Our determination is firm, but our arms need strengthening. Science as our next frontier. This 75th anniversary is not just a celebration, it is a call to build. Our greatest mission now is to raise shillings 4 billion to construct a science, innovation and technology hub that will become the nerve center of innovation in this region. Dear Chief Guest, the institution, Mbale SS, is uniquely positioned as a day school with a population size larger than some townships. We are entrusted with an extraordinary responsibility. With the renewed national emphasis on science, technology, engineering and mathematics, in brackets STEM, Mbale SS is strategically placed to become a national model for science-based secondary education. We already host brilliant minds. We now ask to amplify their potential with modern laboratories, digital learning infrastructure, research linkages and innovation spaces. And with the science block under construction and another multi-purpose hall underway, we are not just dreaming, we are doing. Abraham Lincoln once said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. We are creating a future where every student in this school, whether from Bugisu, Sebei, Teso, Karamoja, Bukedi, Busoga or Buganda, can access world-class laboratories, practical training and STEM-focused mentorship. This is how we equip a generation to build bridges, to invent cures and to write software, to practice things like robotics, but not just to pass exams. And this is the reason we are here today. We can make this great achievement together. Finally, to our beloved learners, you are the soul of this school. You are why we wake up early in the morning. You are why we teach till late and fight to make Mbale SS the best version of itself. When I see you, I see myself many years ago, only that your shoes are shinier, your classes are better, your ties are better, you are tucked in, and you are able to see a minister or ministers, even the president in your school. Our times were tough, but in all seriousness, you are the reason we are here. You are not just leaders of tomorrow, you are the leaders of today in training. When you get to be the presidents tomorrow and other leaders in the community, I kindly remember us, like we are remembering those who were here before us. To the parents, thank you. Your sacrifice in silence. You invest in faith. You entrust us with your most precious treasure. You know that the best inheritance you can give your children is not land, but education and a good name. To the teachers, sometimes words fail me. You are not just educators, you are preachers, you are counselors, you are listeners, you are protectors, and you are dream carriers. Your work often goes unpraised, but today I say you are the pillars of this nation's future. May you be rewarded. May your reward echo in eternity. To the Board of Governors and the PTA Executive, thank you for walking this path with us, with vision, unity and diligence. The relationship between the school management, board and PTA is a strong one. That is why, despite being a day school, our enable results continue to shine each and every year, especially with science students passing highly. This is evident by the pass rates, especially in sciences, year after year. To the alumni, thank you for remembering your roots, for giving and mentoring and returning. May the bond between you and this school never break. We appreciate what you do, the mobilization, and all the goodwill that you exhibit towards the school. To our leaders here today, your presence, your time, your belief in this school gives us strength. May history remember that on this day, you chose to stand with Mbale SS. To our chief guest, convey our best wishes. And to our leaders, especially in the political arena, we shall also not forget you, since you have not forgotten us. To our chief guest, convey our best wishes to the President of the Republic of Uganda and the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports. Thank him for honoring our invitation by sending you. Let him know that with deep roots we are raising. Let us raise with you, Honorable Minister. Let us raise with government. Let us raise with the hands of all gathered here today. And that we will also remember him as a community of Bugis sub-region when next year comes. As we stand at the edge of a new future, we are not afraid. We are Mbale Secondary School, 75 years young, and more determined than ever. Let the construction of the Science and Technology Hub begin. Let the halls echo with the footsteps of scientists, mathematicians, engineers, and leaders. Let this day mark a turning point, a diamond turning point for our school, our students, and our region. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "For everything you have missed, you have gained something else. For everything you gain, you lose something else." It is about your outlook towards life. You can either regret or rejoice.
My name is Mbale. I want to start with appreciating the management of the school and for letting us also be part of this noble celebration. I want to say that in 1990, I started my O-level here, and I think it's Mbale SS contribution that has also contributed to where I am. And I also want to thank each and every one of us, also the teachers, the administration, the students, for maintaining the discipline that has enabled this school to continue prospering and shining. I want to say that the management and leaders in this school have been so lucky. For instance, our current HM, Mr. Buyela Moses, you are so lucky in the sense that you come in this school when there is something and you had where to begin from. And we therefore want to thank our own Mr. Sam Clover for laying the foundation, and thank the headmaster for not disappointing. It is very important to continue the legacy and not embarrass. I keep saying this, that for us at city level, we came and we started as if there was nothing in the city. When you begin somewhere, you're somewhere. But I want to thank when the headmaster was saying and the other management teams, that when they took over, they ran out from that page of lamentation and started thinking outside the box. And you heard when Mr. Krobo was saying, we built a fence, we did this and the other, we purchased the bus, and that was happening. And I don't know whether we copied from you, but that's where we've also started, that we completed the fence for the council. we purchased the great maintained roads. We did not want to keep lamenting. And now with my new town clerk who has just been introduced, we are also now in the process, in advanced stages of starting on building our administration block. So that incomplete structure, you are about to see it starting to go up. That is thinking outside the box, not keeping on lamenting, government has not done this, has not done that. We are using local revenue. That idea should have been used a long ago to do this some of the things we are doing now. We thank you.
All protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say I want to thank God again that we've come this far, the 75 years of Mbale SS. It's not that Mbale SS does it on its own, it's by the grace of God. And I want to thank the head teacher and your staff, the chairman board, chairman PTA, and your various committees, and all the stakeholders, more especially our parents. Thank you so much for supporting Mbale SS, and thank you for choosing Mbale Secondary School to be your school choice for your children. I stand here in various capacities. Today they have invited me here as a member of parliament, but I've already appeared as a student, an old student of Mbale SS, a teacher of Mbale SS, and now a member of parliament. But just to reflect, while I was here as a teacher, I served under different head teachers, and I happened to also serve under Madam Waholi and Mr. Kuloba. They were great people in this school, and they've made this school to be what it is. As a student, I mentioned that I was a guide leader, I was a head teacher, I was a head prefect. Maybe let me say head girl. And then I also say I was a drama leader. I was among the people who are leading in drama, or MDD. And then on the other side, as a teacher, I represented the teachers on the board. I also one time represented the teachers on PTA. So I've been in the leadership of this school for a long time. While I was a student, while I was a teacher, and eventually God blessed me to be a member of parliament, to represent you in parliament. And I want to thank God that I have voiced a number of issues that deal with teachers. Madam Chief Guest, one of the pertinent issues, while we were having a light moment in the headmaster's office, one of the issues that came up was the arts teachers' remuneration or salaries to be enhanced. We thank God the scientists are happy. But while they are happy, they still go to the same markets with the teachers who get little as arts teachers. They also have students they teach in other schools. They have so many things that we do. They go to the same open market, and therefore I'm still acting as a voice of the teachers of humanities. I represent both teachers of science and humanities, but if at all there is a rise in pay of the teachers of arts, there will be really a great job that government will have done, and there will be harmony in schools. Madam Chief Guest, I've gone in schools where I have found divided staff rooms. The arts teachers have their own staff room, and the science teachers have their own staff room. And this is not a good gesture. These people have gone in the same institutions, they've paid the same fees. It's just a matter of choice that one chooses to be a scientist and one chooses to be an artist. We can't all do all the things at the same time. But if we can recognize, it's like having children in the family. You have boys and girls, and then you say boys are better than girls. They are all children. Let them be handled equitably so that we'll have a peaceful school and a peaceful Uganda. Thank you very much. And in fact, we have many parents who opted not to come because they said that they are leading with, I don't know, today we are celebrating 75 years of Mbale Secondary School. And Mbale Secondary School includes both science and arts teachers. But the theme is science. And then others said, since we are not part of that, let's remain. I pray that we handle this with care, that we put both teachers as very important people in society. A child who does sciences in senior 5 began as a child of senior 1, being taught by an English teacher, being taught by a history teacher, geography, and all those. They were taught by all those teachers, and eventually they chose to be on the other side. And therefore, it's my prayer. I have spoken all this in Parliament. I know at one time it didn't augur well with my bosses, but because I am the spokesperson of Mbale City, they elected me to speak for them. I have always said it, and I will continue saying it until something will be done. Thank you.
The speech of the Minister of Education and Sports, and it says, the Republic of Uganda. Speech by Honorable Janet K. Museveni, First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, at the Diamond Jubilee of Mbale SS, Saturday 14th June 2025, Mbale SS. And she has laid out the protocol that I've already laid out. And it says, good afternoon. It is an honor for me to be here to preside over the 75th anniversary celebration of this great school. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this very significant milestone in your history. This achievement we witness today stands on the shoulders of faithful men and women who have gone before us over the years. Therefore, we can only praise God for their remarkable contribution, which has translated into a legacy of learners who have made their mark of productivity in various spheres of society, Uganda and beyond. So today, together with all of you gathered here, we honor their stewardship and appreciate the leadership of this school, both past and present. Over the years, Mbale SS has made its mark in promoting science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM. As a nation, we have benefited from the services of distinguished professionals who are proud to call this school their home. I would therefore like to applaud the school administration for the bold initiative to mark this Diamond Jubilee with the launching of the construction of a science and technology hub. This will, among other facilities, house a modern artificial intelligence center, a multi-purpose research and innovation space, and a modern computer lab. As we all are aware, STEM education fosters critical thinking, problem solving, and innovation, which prepares our learners for a technology-driven world, while equipping them to navigate and leverage digital tools that are essential skills required to adopt global trends. This effort is in line with the NRM government's emphasis on STEM as a tool for socio-economic transformation. In this regard, I appreciate the head teacher, Mr. Vieira, for being a pace setter in the education sector by introducing smart classrooms and ICT integrated teaching, which enables learners to develop digital skills and literacy. This effort complements the learner-centered approach adopted in the Ministry of Education and Sports' new competency-based curriculum, which, among other things, integrates technology into learning. Thank you for the job well done, Mr. Headmaster. I would now like to appreciate the efforts of our parents and guardians, as well as the Old Students Association, in promoting indigenous fundraising initiatives to support this school. Thank you for taking a keen interest in the education of our young people and for your contribution which has resulted in this school's demonstrated academic excellence over the years. Today, as we launch the Mbale Secondary School's Diamond Jubilee magazine, I challenge you to go beyond developing a magazine, to documenting through books and other media the history of this great school, as well as its remarkable achievements and legacy. This will preserve her rich identity and values as an inspiration for future generations. Mbale Secondary School has a great heritage with memories, rich experiences to learn from, archived records that must be documented for a posterity. This is a culture that I would like to challenge every institution of education to adopt, so that we can teach the next generation to cherish past accomplishments, reflect on our experiences, and use lessons learned to shape the future. I would now like to give a word of counsel to our learners. Learners, are you hearing? This is a word of counsel to you from our Minister of Education, who we proudly call Mama. I'm deeply concerned about the erosion of morals in the young generation. In this increasing adaptation of substance abuse, which is now affecting your mental health, and influence of various social media platforms, which in so many ways works to compromise your education and general well-being. The Bible cautions us in Psalms 1, chapter 1, verse 1 to 3, to avoid counsel of the wicked, which in your case is the negative peer pressure, which comes with the desire to conform to the standards of this world. Instead, it entrusts us to read God's word and obey its counsel in order to succeed in life. It reads, "Happy are those who reject the advice of evil people, who do not follow the example of sinners, or join those who have no use for God. Instead, they find joy in obeying the law of the Lord. They study it day and night. They are like trees that grow beside a stream, that bears fruit at the right time and whose leaves do not dry up. They succeed in everything they do." Amen? This is my advice to you. The choices that you make today are critical in shaping your future. Do not allow negative peer pressure to influence your path, and do not fear to be different by standing for the truth, which comes with obeying God's word. Adopt positive values and a good character, which will enable you to succeed in life. Stay focused and to be true to yourself. To the parents and guardians gathered here today, thank you for the support you have rendered this great school and for walking this education journey with your children. You have made big sacrifices for their well-being, and I urge you to be present in their lives, to take an interest in their friends and in the way they spend their time, so that you keep abreast with their personal developments, beyond just providing for their education. In conclusion, I thank you for availing the time to celebrate this Diamond Jubilee, for all your contributions to the development of this school. My sincere gratitude goes to the Board of Governors, the head teacher, and all the stakeholders that have made a hand in this school's great legacy. Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, at the 75th anniversary celebrations of Mbale Secondary School. It goes. I'm honored to have been invited to officiate at this historical occasion to mark 75 years of existence of this prestigious school. Indeed, Mbale Secondary School's remarkable journey is significant to the NRM governments, to the government of Uganda, East Africa, and Africa as a whole. This school has earned a fine reputation as a result of the academic achievements of your students and the strong emphasis you place on academic excellence. I welcome you all and congratulate the Board of Governors, PTA, the school administration, staff and students upon this momentous occasion. I wish to acknowledge the outstanding contribution that Mbale Secondary School has made to the development of Uganda's education since its founding in 1949 to date. I want to thank Mr. Wiera Moses, the head teacher of the school, in whose time we are celebrating this grand occasion. I applaud him for the many developments he is spearheading in the school. I applaud Mbale SS for being a center of excellency in the provision of science education. The government of Uganda recognizes STI, that is Science, Technology and Innovation, as a critical ingredient for sustainable socio-economic growth and transformation. We have for a long time put a lot of emphasis on strengthening research and development, building the human capital and infrastructure, and supporting STI developments that promote private sector competitiveness and strengthens the national innovation system so as to effectively respond to the changing national and global challenges. Our national development plans are very clear on this. It is for this reason that the government supports compulsory teaching and examination of science subjects at primary and secondary school levels, and we are also currently implementing the policy of sponsoring students who perform well in science to undertake various science and engineering courses at public universities and tertiary institutions and a number of private universities. I want to use this opportunity to reiterate my call to schools, parents, and guardians to avail students with career guidance as regards choosing science subjects and courses. These are in high demand in the job market in the private sector and provide opportunities for self-employment after completing formal education. Uganda needs more doctors, engineers, nurses, science teachers, etc. Their demand is very high. Students should be encouraged to undertake courses in these professions. Over the years, the NRM government has invested substantial amounts of resources in the education sector, especially for provision of physical infrastructure, instructional materials and teachers, which have significantly enhanced equitable access to all levels of education in the country. Through the strategic reforms such as introduction of UPE and universal post primary education and training, universal post all-level training and skilling, Uganda's strategy, liberalization of university education and introduction of students' loan scheme has made tremendous achievements in promoting of equitable access to education and training sector over the years. I would like to appreciate the effort of all the people who have made Mbale SS stand the test of time. I salute the Board of Governors, the parents and the community and all the other stakeholders for their support to the school administration to uphold the standards. I have no doubt that this cooperation has kept the school to the required performance standards. I wish to challenge the students to emulate the good example of the gallant men and women who have passed through the gates of Mbale SS and have excelled in life. I urge you to put to use all the knowledge you receive in school and to work for excellency in all fields in order to uphold the good name of the school. I call upon you to be committed to your studies by being focused and not being easily swayed and influenced by peer pressure in search for quick money. I take this opportunity to express my appreciation to all teachers in this school for the good work they have done over the years. I encourage you to continue nurturing the students and to instill good behavior, attitudes, skills, knowledge, values, and integrity because they are leaders and parents of tomorrow. Finally, I want to thank all stakeholders for organizing the celebrations to mark the 75 years of existence. Continue pushing Mbale Secondary School to greater heights. I singular honor and privilege to preside over the groundbreaking ceremony of the Science and Technology Hub and launch the school's Diamond Jubilee magazine. I wish you all a grand Diamond Jubilee celebration and God's blessing in the new season that lies ahead of us. And these two speeches have been accompanied by a pledge of 30 million shillings that I will be working with my honorable sister, Honorable Connie, to ensure that it is brought to the school in time. May God bless you. Thank you for listening.
Congratulations, Kadodi dance, Kadodi drum. Thank you. Give us that. Congratulations, congratulations. The head teacher is handing over to the minister, who is also representing the president. Thank you very much, the media team and everyone.
Thank you so much, Paul, for this wonderful event.
We are laying this foundation stone that reads Mbale Secondary School.
Congratulations.
This foundation stone for the Science, Innovation and Technology Hub was laid by His Excellency General YTK Museveni, the President of Uganda, on Saturday, 14th June 2025. May God bless the people of Mbale SS. May God bless the people of Bugisu. May God bless the stakeholders of Mbale SS Secondary School, the headmaster and your staff, the non-teaching staff, the parents, our students, our old staff, our old parents. May God bless the Eastern Giant. God be with you always. Thank you.